scoreless one-hit innings a week ago against Rutgers. Did not issue a walk and struck out 5. Against Jack Spanier, he misses inside for ball 1. We get underway at 12:03.
UCLA started off slow these past couple of games, so they're going to be looking to start off hot here, shutting down Minnesota early.
And Spanier helped Minnesota grab the early lead yesterday, had a leadoff single, and ultimately came around to score. The junior shortstop out of Cold Spring, Minnesota, 1 for 6 with a couple of walks in the series. Slider off the outside from Stump, 2 balls and 1 strike. And in addition to Stump facing just 1 plus the minimum last week, he was economical, just 64 pitches in 6 innings. Gets a call at the knees there from Travis Eggert, calling balls and strikes, 2-2. Drilled to left field, right at Dean West, who has to extend and make the catch. Well, it looked like he was in good position. At the last moment, he had to scamper to make the play.
I think West tricked himself out there, right? But he was able to come up with the play.
Joined in the outfield by Will Gasparino and Peyton Brennan. Across the infield, Roman Martin, Rock Chalowski. Phoenix Call gets to start at second base for the first time in this series. Levi Lavu at first, and Cash Duggar once again doing the catching. So Spanier retired on a ball that went better than 300 feet there towards that left field corner. Now Davis Hamilton settles in. Hamilton, the senior third baseman, Wisconsin native out of Sun Prairie, looking for his first hit of this series. 0 for 7, has reached once when he was hit by a pitch yesterday. Ahead 2 balls and no strikes now. Well, Minnesota now 5-12 in conference play, but that record doesn't tell the whole story. 8 of those 12 losses have been by 2 runs or fewer, including each game in this series.
You said it perfectly. Minnesota's right there for the taking. There's just a few of these games that have just gotten away from them late. They're going to be able to rally here today and hold on to the lead. They're going to be just fine.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back swinging strikes from Hamilton. 2-2.
Minnesota needs to get back to what they're good at, and that's being patient. They've been a little aggressive these past couple of games, and it's really cost them.
UCLA shifted to the right side with its infield. And Davis. Swing and a miss. Richter down on strikes. So Stump has retired the first 2. That'll bring up the catcher, Weber Niels, who sent one over the right field wall yesterday. 7th home run of the year for Niels, and helped Minnesota hang around late in the game and give them a shot. Up and in, ball 1.
It's been a great start for Stump here, just getting his feet wet in this game, just really getting settled in.
And when Stump is able to go 4 innings, UCLA is 15-1 in those games. That's been the benchmark. UCLA continuing to have a very tilted shift here against Niels, as they have done all season. Mulavai Lavu almost to second base, the only one on the right side.
It's an aggressive defensive shift, like you said. Normally does pay off, but if one sneaks down that right center line, I mean, you could be looking at a double.
Check swing, foul ball there, and another full count. Back-to-back full counts for Landon Stump to deal with. Niels will see another.
Looks like Duggar got a little shaken up on that one right there. The ball ricocheted and hit him, it looked. But he seems to be walking around just all right. But
he has rarely gotten a day off this year, has started all but 5 games. And not by design, but UCLA's number 2 catcher, Blake Baltz, has been out all season with injury. On the ground into the shift, there's Chalowski. Lavu has to run all the way over, and he is able to cover in time for the out. Been waiting to see a ground ball on the left side into that shift all weekend. It finally happens. UCLA able to execute it, and the side retired in order. Immediately part of the weekend rotation this year with Minnesota. He's got a fastball in the low 90s. Has a real long stride towards the plate. And gets a first pitch strike against Dean West. West had 3 walks yesterday. That was 1 off his career high. And he came back when he was a freshman. Had 4 walks in a game. Back into the screen, quickly 0-2. Took a while for UCLA's offense to get going yesterday. Just 2 hits through the first 4 innings. And did not get in the run column until the 5th. Line drive into center field, a base hit for Dean West to lead off the first inning. Solid 2-strike approach there from UCLA's leadoff hitter.
Yeah, great play by West right there. Like you said, this UCLA offense has been kind of slow to begin the past couple of days, but West getting it started off here early. Getting a nice little ball to fall right in the center field to move them to first.
Sets up Rock Chalowski. Chalowski, like West, went 1 for 2 with 3 free passes yesterday. He had a walk and was hit by a pitch twice. And he now leads the Big Ten in that department. 19 times he's been plunked this year. Last season, UCLA had 3 different players that broke the single season hit by pitch number, and it was Dean West who reset the mark with 22 a year ago. So Chalowski just 3 shy of that mark here on April 19th. Inside with that breaking ball, and it's a called strike below the hands, 2-1. Chalowski hammers it to left field. Base knock. Allen hustling, able to cut it off just short of the wall. West to third. Behind Chalowski slides in. It's a double, and the Bruins are in business in the first.
I think the Bruins were hearing us talk about their slow starts, because here comes Chalowski just hammering one into deep left center field and gets a double out of it. Terrific base running. Minnesota almost gets him out right here, but an errant throw causes it to be off the mark, and Chalowski's safe at second.
Two in scoring position for Mulivai Lavu. Time called, and a balk is called. Dean West will come on home to score and give UCLA its first run of the game. Couple of hits and a balk, and it's 1-0 Bruins.
It's an interesting way to get the scoring started here. Take a look at the replay of the balk right here. Time was called, and
so Chalowski to third, nobody out, and Lavu waiting on the first pitch. And popped it up. On the left side, Spanier trots in and makes the catch. Set the defense for Minnesota, which has been very good this year. Ty Allen in left, Easton Richter in center, and Charlie Sutherland in right field. Across the infield, you've got Davis Hamilton at third, Jack Spanier at short, Jack Mosh at second, and Jack Bello at first, and Weber Niels will catch once more this afternoon. Roman Martin takes the pitch off the outside from Cruzan. A couple of runs batted in yesterday for UCLA's third baseman. Another pitch off the outside. Niels does well to slide over.
similar to yesterday, it's these early mistakes that are costing the teams, and right now it's just costing Minnesota with that balk, and then right now with the wild pitch that got away from the catcher. You just got to lock back in on these and eliminate these mistakes to be able to stay in this one.
Another pitch off the outside. 3 balls and no strikes to Roman Martin, who has reached in now 32 consecutive games. Second in the conference in walks. Third on this team. Make it 4th in runs batted in.
Consistency is what you need out of a player, and Martin is a great example of that. Consistently being a player that can get on base.
3-1 back up the middle off of Cruzan's glove. Martin will reach, and Chalowski scores. 2-0 UCLA on the hard hit grounder from Roman Martin.
Martin's heart sunk a little bit on that one as the ball goes right into Cruzan's glove, but just bounces out. The ball had different plans, and Martin's safe at first, and Chalowski makes it home to put the Bruins up 2-0 here early in the first.
One on, one out for the catcher, Cash Duggar. Strike one. Three hits in the inning for UCLA to grab the early 2-0 lead. They did not have their third hit of the game yesterday until the 5th inning. Duggar into the left center field gap, converging. Richter, he's there. 2 gone.
That one looked to show some promise, but it just ran out of steam there at the end. But I guarantee that the coaches coming to today, it was a point of emphasis to start fast. They've been starting slow, like we've said, the past week or so. So just to give back to this Bruin offense that has been lethal all season is what the Bruins had to do, and they've done so far.
UCLA 18-1 this season when scoring first, and been able to score often in the first innings. Will Gasparino takes ball one. Gasparino held hitless yesterday, 0 for 4. Second in the Big Ten in both home runs and runs batted in. UCLA already with the series wrapped up. 4-2 Friday night, 6-4 yesterday. They're one of 3 teams in the country to have won every weekend series this year. Chopper to the left side. It's Hamilton shuffling, and his throw in time to retire the side. UCLA plates a pair on 3 hits, and they've got the early lead here at Jackie Robinson Stadium.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
2, 3, and 4, beginning with Chalowski. Cruzan putting it off the plate for ball one. UCLA starting the 2010 season 22-0. That was a program record that stood until a couple of weeks ago. UCLA here in 2026 resetting that mark and extending it all the way to 27 games, which was snapped earlier this week on Tuesday by UC Santa Barbara. Another foul from Chalowski, a ball and 2 strikes.
These players just love Savage and the way that he coaches. Really proved that in this era of NIL, you can still keep your players around and just build a strong team. And it's paid off for them now, setting that program record of 27 straight wins.
Chalowski strikes out. Cruzan with his second K, and had Chalowski off balance there.
Take a look at this replay of Chalowski striking out, just caught chasing it there on the outside and unable to get it. Rare miss for the best players in baseball.
Lavu swinging away at the first pitch again. Oh, Cruzan has settled in here. Now retired 4 in a row. And 6 of the last 7 he has faced. The only blemish, that walk to Brennan in the second. Another foul from Lavu, 0-2.
That was a rough start for Cruzan, giving up those 2 runs in the first, but like you said, the last couple of batters has really just bounced back and kept Minnesota alive.
Does not get Lavu to chase. A ball and 2 strikes to UCLA's junior first baseman, who grew up in Huntington Beach. And he's been the mainstay over there at first throughout his career, going back to his freshman campaign. Last year, Lavu an All-American and second team All-Conference in the Big Ten. Had the second most RBIs in the country, 85 of them a year ago. Currently second on the team with 46. Trailing the 47 of Will Gasparino. Has worked it even against Cruzan. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
As we pointed out in the open, Lavu, one of the big contributors to UCLA's win yesterday. Now getting another opportunity right here.
Jumps on the breaking ball, but a lazy fly ball to left center for Easton Richter. 2 gone. Now LeVue with that 2 RBI double that gave UCLA the lead for good yesterday. Now 0 for 2 today. Roman Martin had the run-scoring single in the first. Play that Cruzan nearly made went off of his glove and allowed Martin to reach. So Martin has now reached in 33 consecutive games. 1-1.
Now that he's reached and continued that streak, I mean, the pressure is kind of off for him. So, but in all seriousness, Martin, one of the big contributors to UCLA and their success, and we'll see what he's able to do right here.
Base is clear and 2 outs in the home half of the third. Martin, like LeVue, second team all-conference last year. Had a .320 average when it was all said and done. That was second on the team. Drives it in the air to left field. Allen back, looking up. This one is gone. A solo shot for Roman Martin to extend UCLA's lead.
The Roman Empire may have fallen, but this one is just starting. Roman Martin sends one deep into center left field. Let's take a look at it right here. Martin able to get every little piece of that ball and send it straight over the wall. Squared that one up like it was a math equation.
His 6th home run of the season. He's had a really good last few weeks. 2 runs batted in yesterday, already 2 today. One ball and 1 strike to Duggar. Duggar, a fly out to center field in the first inning. Two and two as Cruzan tries to get back in the dugout.
It's been these 2 out rallies in this series that have really contributed for both teams. And for UCLA here now with 2 outs, getting that run.
Another ball sent in the air to center field. Richter to the gap, makes the catch, and the side retired. UCLA, their 28th game this year with a home run. Here in game number 39. And they're already approaching the home run total they had last year. Easton Richter fouls off the first pitch from Landon Stump. Last year, UCLA, 78 total home runs, and that one from Martin was number 61 this season. So all these guys another year older, bring in a bat like Will Gasparino, and UCLA's offense has been a lot more explosive here in 2026.
It sure has. The experience really does help. And you see now that UCLA being up 3-0, it's going to be hard for Minnesota right now to fight back.
Back it out of play from Richter. Just one base runner so far for Minnesota. That was an Allen single in the second. The early innings have largely been quiet in this series, though. Two balls and two strikes.
Stump's done a good job of handling the plate so far today, and big reason why Minnesota is at 0 right now.
Had a 9-pitch third inning. Poke to left field. West towards the line on the run. He dives and hauls it in. Dean West on the dead sprint records the first out.
What a play by West right there. Look at as he just fully extends to dive for that one. What a play. The Dolphins are actually in deep need of a receiver, and West is making a case to be drafted on Thursday night the way he just tracked that ball down.
Well, if not this Thursday, certainly this July for the junior. Pretty good swing there from Richter. West tracks it down. Otherwise, it would have been extra bases. Strike one to Weber Niels. UCLA with some very good defense in the outfield this weekend. Brennan with the home run robbery yesterday, and Dean West right there. Stump approaching that 60-pitch mark in the fourth inning. Backing out of play, 1-2. Weber Niels, they were happy to get him back for his senior year. Ty McDevitt was really surprised he did not get drafted last summer. And then went through that free agency period that comes immediately after the draft. Didn't get picked up there either. And good contact out to right center field. Gasparino will watch it drop in for a one-out single. Weber Niels now 1 for 2. Ty McDevitt said that they were disappointed for him personally not to get that professional look last summer, but very excited to get him back here in 2026.
He's making a big impact for this team. Be able to put one right there in center field. And Gasparino, he's tall, he's fast, but not able to get to that one.
1 on, 1 out for Sutherland. Snaps a run of 5 retired in a row by Stump. Sutherland had the big swing in Friday night's game, that 2-run triple that got Minnesota the first runs of the weekend. UCLA shifted to the right side. Sutherland, a junior from Duluth. 35 starts a year ago. And today's start number 37. Driven foul. Turned on it in a hurry, but 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count.
Sutherland's been making plays for them defensively these past 2 matchups, just diving for balls and really keeping Minnesota alive in these games. And we'll see if he's going to be able to contribute right here offensively with a 2-2 count.
Full count now. Stump had quite a few of these to work through early in the game. First time in a little while. This is number 5. Out of play. That will do the 3-2 once again.
I think Stump just likes when the pressure's on. He forces himself into these 3-2 counts. When the pressure's on, he thrives, which is really what you want out of your pitcher.
Coming off the best outing of the season for him a week ago. 6 one-hit shutout innings against Rutgers. And that ball gets away from LaVue. Niels is over to second. That throw was short from Stump. That should be an error against the pitcher.
Going to look at a replay right here. Stump trying to catch him lacking at first. Like you said, throws a little bit short, and Weber was able to advance to second.
And Niels, a guy, despite being a catcher, he's got some speed, had an aggressive lead there. Skied to shallow center. Chalowski back, looking up. He makes the catch. 2 gone in the 4th. A lot of high fly balls off these Minnesota bats so far today.
Looking at the replay right here. Chalowski trying to find it in the sun like we've already seen many times before in this game alone, and he's able to corral it in, but what should be a routine play is pretty tough with the sun.
Brings up Davis Hamilton. Has that runner on second base in Niels. 2 outs now. That is hammered foul. LaVue with a look at it, and then Bradley Hungerford, our first base umpire, he had to get out of the way. So Hamilton, like Sutherland before him, jumping on a pitch and just getting out in front of it. Look out.
Pulled foul, but the power that we saw behind that hit itself may cause some worry.
Hamilton has had his batting average dip under 300 with an 0 for 8 showing so far in this series. The other way, foul. A little cue shot off the end of the bat. 1-2. So Stump dealing with that full count previously against Sutherland. That was a 5th full count. He has retired all 5 batters. So more to your point, Shane, about loving the pressure. 1-2. Liner to center field. Gasparino can't make the catch. Niels around third, and he will score. Minnesota is on the board. A 2-out base knock to get the Golden Gophers in the run column, courtesy of Davis Hamilton.
Looking at the replay right here, Hamilton, who was bumped down in the order, redeems himself right here, making this one drop there right in center midfield. Gasparino trying to dive for it, unable to, and brings a runner home.
Minnesota was 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position yesterday. Now 1 for 2 thanks to Hamilton. And now Allen hits a 3-1 ball game. That is drilled to left field. West back, he leaps and makes the catch. His momentum taking him to the wall to end the inning.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Jack O'Connor back on the hill. He got the final couple of outs in the 5th, now dealing with the top of Minnesota's lineup. In there to begin the at-bat against Jack Spanier. It's a 2-run ball game as we begin the 6th inning. And by the way, you can add another win to Nebraska's total. Moments ago, finished off a sweep of USC. Another run rule, and the Huskers now 15-3 in the conference. And they're starting to put themselves in position to be a regional host potentially, something they have not done for the better part of 2 decades.
And Nebraska with the impressive win today over USC and the entire weekend as well.
Big statement for the Cornhuskers. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Spanier.
Minnesota going to be looking for a little more production out of the top of this lineup. From Spanier, Richter, and Niels.
Spanier has worked the count full. Came into this series red hot, 8 hits, 9 batted in over the previous 5 games. But just 1 for 8 this weekend. A little nubber charged by Call, has to hurry his throw in time. Spanier retired to begin the 6th.
Spanier not too happy about that one right there. Good play by Call just to be able to come up and grab that one as we see another shift. Pretty aggressive one over onto the right field.
You see Call taking his spot well into the right field grass there with the left-handed pull hitter, Easton Richter. The last time he was at the plate, he sent one down the left field line. That was when Dean West made the diving catch. Underneath it to right center field. It's Gasparino's play, and he's there for the 2nd out. So after the full count at bat, O'Connor retires Richter on 2 pitches.
Gasparino and Brennan back there, ready to make the play. Got there in a hurry so that you could wait, adjust, see the ball come in, and just make the out.
Ready to get back to action. There's strike 1 to Niels. Scored the lone run of the game for Minnesota in the 4th inning. An error helped him ultimately come around home. We'll find out. I wonder if Richter ran right there. Well struck down the left field line. West will not get there. It is just foul.
That one sure looked close. I had to move in my seat to be able to see that one, but as you said, just barely foul. And Niels will head back to the plate. We'll take a look at it right here.
Yep.
Just drops barely outside of the line. Got to be disheartening for Niels.
But you see the raw power there in his bat. O'Connor trying to retire the side in order. Puts one off the outside, no bite, 2-2. And you factor in what Niels does behind the plate as a catcher with his bat, no doubt the most valuable guy on this Minnesota roster. That one is hammered down the left field line. Will this one stay fair? Yes, sir. For the 2nd straight day, Weber Niels has a solo home run. And it's a 1-run ball game in Los Angeles.
Weber Niels with the home run to bring Minnesota back within striking distance. Taking a look at the replay right here. He left no room for doubt on that one. Last one got called foul. This one got called a home run, and that ball just left orbit. Call it Artemis.
That ball over the outer half, and he was able to reach across and pull it between the pull and that first palm tree into the corner. Niels up to 8 home runs on the season now, and UCLA will make the call to the bullpen. It's over the span of his last 10 appearances. Get the left-on-left matchup here, looking for the final out of the 6th inning. Charlie Sutherland at the plate. Long ball has been huge this weekend for Minnesota. Helped them build a lead in yesterday's game before UCLA came back. Now it's gotten them within a run. Hay lobs it in for the strike. Orange County native, Laguna Niguel. Went to Northern California to begin college, though. Was at Cal for a few years and was in their weekend rotation. Things got a little sideways for him, though. He had Tommy John surgery in the middle of his tenure there. Now in his 2nd season with UCLA. He was a weekend starter at the beginning of last year. Then shifted into a role where he would start the midweeks and pitch in relief on the weekends. And now this year, just a full-time reliever. And a vital one for the Bruins at that. Falling behind 3-1 against Sutherland.
Sutherland loves these opportunities to be able to take these pitches for Minnesota.
Right back up the middle, but into the shift. Chalowski right there. And the inning is over. But not before Minnesota gets a run back, thanks to Weber Niels. LaVue 0 for 2. A bouncer at Mosh to his right. He makes the play. LaVue has been swinging early and often today. That brings up Roman Martin. Last time we saw him left the yard. Over 400 feet toward left center field. And he's been UCLA's best offense today. Also an RBI single earlier as he gets the hard hat into the dugout. And that home run, the difference in the game right now. Ball 1 to Martin.
Confidence for Martin today at an all-time high. Had that solo home run as well as that single. Brought in 2 runners as well. Been a big contributor.
Two balls and no strikes. We talking earlier about Jackie Robinson Stadium and how he was a 4-sport athlete. Don't see that anymore. You do get 2-sport athletes. Seen that at UCLA recently. Luke Ryerson, as he issues the walk, he is a dual-sport athlete himself. He's a punter for the football team. Did not see any game action last fall, redshirted. Issues a 4-pitch walk to begin the inning here against Martin. Well, He's a busy guy all throughout the year.
Brother also was a kicker for the Gopher football team from 2017 to 2020. So it runs in his family.
Ball one to Cash Duggar. The UCLA getting a base runner for the first time since Martin had the home run previously. Berzon had retired 8 in a row, and then Ryerson getting that first out of Lavu to make it 9 in a row retired by Minnesota pitching. As Alec Crawford meets on the hill with the whole infield. UCLA has just one hit since that 2-run first inning, Martin's home run. And they have had little to show offensively since grabbing that early lead. And Minnesota has been able to punch back a couple of times. Time called after that first pitch to Duggar after 5 straight out of the zone. And Ryerson gets in there, 1-1. Duggar with a couple of flyouts to center field today. Takes strike 2. Elevated to this 5 spot in the lineup for the second straight game. Sends it in the air to left field. Ty Allen trotting in. Makes the catch. 2 gone in the 6th.
Ty Allen with just the routine play there to get out. Still got 1 runner on first. That'll bring up Gasparino. Now, the Bruins have done pretty well when there were 2 outs on the board, so Gasparino will be able to continue that success is the question.
Gasparino looking for his first hit since Friday night. All told, 1 for 9 this weekend. Check swing, foul ball.
Like you said, 0 for 2 today with the fly out and the ground out. Gasparino, who's been a big part of their defense, is going to look to contribute on their offense right here.
That'll get out of play. Quickly 0-2 as Ryerson deals with UCLA slugger. Teams are an identical 4 for 21 collectively. They have not had a ton of offense in this series, and it's largely come in bunches. Gasparino protects.
Staying alive here with another foul ball. No balls. 2 strikes.
UCLA trying to get to 21-0 in the Big Ten today. 36-3 overall with a win. Easy take there for Gasparino and a good lean from Niels, holding Roman Martin at first. UCLA had a 3-0 lead, 2 unanswered runs from Minnesota. Just off the outside, Ryerson looking for the call. The infield took a few steps towards the dugout as well, thinking that was going to be a called 3rd strike. Two balls and 2 strikes to Gasparino. Drills it to left field. Way back there. and gone. Number 15 this year for Will Gasparino, and UCLA takes a 5-2 lead.
Sometimes Gasparino just makes you gasp. And with that hit right there, sending that one over the wall, putting the Bruins up 5-2 here in the bottom of the sixth. Let's take a look at this right here. The pitch low, Gasparino able to reach to it and sends that one deep over the center left field.
You think he knew?
I think he knew. What a play. Gasparino doing what he does best and getting his redemption. But
That'll bring up Peyton Brennan.
But yeah, nonetheless, Gasparino putting them up 5-2 here, and now Brennan up the bat.
And Brennan gets hit on the first pitch from Ryerson.
Crowd is letting him hear it. Brennan will head to first on the walk after the hit. That'll bring up Cadiz.
It's only the second free pass issued by Minnesota, and both have come from Ryerson. And there's not been many free passes to go around in this ball game. Just one on the other side issued by a UCLA pitcher. Brennan walks it out and takes his spot at first base. 2 out, 2 strike home run from Gasparino. And the inning not over yet. Dominic Cadiz will hit. All the way to the backstop. And a free 90 feet for Peyton Brennan.
I was quick for Brennan from getting hit the very first pitch to moving to second the very next pitch. And now the Bruins have a runner in scoring position.
Only the third at bat of the ball game for UCLA to have a runner in scoring position. The other two coming back in the first inning. Five to 2, the new score here in the sixth. Underneath it, playable here on the infield. Who's going to take it? It's the pitcher, Ryerson, making the catch. Kneels from his catcher position, Bello from first. Neither had a look at it, and Ryerson had to make the play, and he does, to retire the side.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Swing and a miss. He got him. High heat for back-to-back strikeouts.
Taking a look at this replay right here. High and inside, and gets him swinging and sends him back to the dugout.
Top of the lineup now, Spanier.
Not Spanier's day, 0 for 3 so far with those 2 flyouts and the ground out as well. He's facing Randall. Randall, who's done a pretty good job coming in so far. A lot of pressure to be able to come in and close this game out, but you know, he's used to the pressure. He loves it, so nothing new for him.
2 balls and 1 strike. Randall up to 33 strikeouts in 16 innings. So averaging about 2 per inning. Falling behind here, 3-1. And the only knock against him is sometimes that fastball can be hard to wrangle in. He does have 13 walks in those 16 innings. Trying to avoid one here with 2 outs against Spanier. Full count.
Next pitch is big for both of these players right here on both of these respected teams.
Off the outside, and that is ball 4. It's only the second walk issued by UCLA as a staff today. It gives Minnesota a 2-out base runner in the 8th inning. So a chance for Richter to hit. Right by him for strike 1.
A lot of these Minnesota players, has not been the day for Richter. 0 for 3 so far. But never late than never, they say.
Nothing in 2. Randall has settled into this 8th inning role for UCLA. Into his junior season, Bay Area native, went to De La Salle. There goes the runner from first. It's a swing and a miss at the plate, and that'll end the inning. Aside from the walk, Cal Randall strikes out the side of the 8th. It's UCLA 5, Minnesota 2. The next road series for UCLA in the conference, as Gregory misses upstairs for ball 1 against Will Gasparino. That home run from Gasparino, number 15 this year. That ties him with Michael Anderson of Penn State. At the top of the Big Ten charts. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Way up and in, and the count evens.
Gregory, who had to face some turmoil in the last inning. Starting off strong here with the 2-2 count. Time is called.
Aaron, baseball finding its way from that Minnesota bullpen all the way to the backstop. By the way, Michael Anderson of Penn State, he did hit a home run earlier today, so he still has a 1-homer lead on Gasparino. Peyton Brennan, Dominic Cadiz due after Gasparino here in the 8th as UCLA looks for some insurance. Full count.
These are going to be the money pitches right here for Gregory. It's Gasparino, who's already taken 1 yard earlier in the game in the 6th. These are the pitches that determine games.
Another foul from Gasparino. And he will see an 8th pitch from Ben Gregory.
Taking a look at that home run from Gasparino earlier. Really just sent that 1 yard straight over the center left field. Talking with it.
Hard struck, but Hamilton hugging the line is there. And the throw dug out by Bello for the first out. Minnesota has had their defense in good position all game long, and Hamilton able to take away another well-struck ball.
They sure have. We've seen them displaying different shifts and making plays all across the field. That has kept them alive this entire series.
Now it's Brennan. Couple of free passes today for UCLA's right fielder. Out in front, 1-1.
He's shown a lot of fight and resilience. He said went through a lot of turmoil in the last few at-bats, but has really started to bounce back here.
Gets strike 2 called against Brennan. Third pitcher today for Minnesota after Cruzan and Ryerson. Loaded up the bases in the 7th, but got out of the jam. Gets strike 3 called here to retire Brennan. Second strikeout for Gregory.
A great pitch right there by Gregory. Just catches him looking in on the lower inside, but great pitch by Gregory to force the second out here in the bottom of the 8th with nobody on base.
UCLA will bring a left-handed bat off the bench to hit here, Aiden Espinoza. And he has been terrific as a pinch hitter this season. 4 for 6 with 6 RBIs. Additionally, he's also walked 4 times and been hit by a batter. So add it all up, 11 pinch hit plate appearances, and he's reached 9 times. And everybody on their feet in that Bruin dugout.
They needed somebody to count on. They've turned to Espinoza. Right now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, they're turning to him once again.
Go back to March 1st when UCLA had that 3-game weekend set in Arlington, Texas, taking on some of the best from the SEC. And in that game against Mississippi State, he had the pinch hit 2-run triple in extra innings. Ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Dugout is getting into it right now. Everybody on their feet, getting hype.
Full count. A little bit of drama here. Can Espinoza continue this stellar run of pinch hit opportunities? Gregory looking for a 1-2-3-8. And gets a fly ball out of Espinoza. Ty Allen coming in, makes the catch. And the side retired. Yesterday, retired the side in order to get the save. Today, he will deal with the middle of the lineup, Niels, Sutherland, and Hamilton. 5-2 UCLA to begin the 9th inning. Niels has had the best bat today. To the opposite field, right at Peyton Brennan. One gone.
Looked like that could have been something for Niels, but Brennan in good position right there in right field and able to make that play to force the first out. Could be the final inning.
So Easton Hawk, those 8 saves, that matches what he had last season. He got those 8 saves all in the back half of the year. Nothing in 1 to Charlie Sutherland.
Sutherland with those 2 flouts and the ground out so far today. Hasn't quite been his.
Some loud contact to center field, sending Gasparino back, but he reaches and makes the catch. 2 quick outs recorded by Easton Hawk.
Sutherland almost made me eat my words right there, but Gasparino in a good position, like Brennan was in the previous play, to force the second out. Just 4 pitches.
Davis Hamilton representing the final out for Minnesota.
Minnesota just looking to stay alive right here with Hamilton up to bat.
A cue ball. Roman Martin is there. And that's the ball game and the series. UCLA improves to 21-0 in Big Ten play. A 7th consecutive sweep in the conference.